And the gay award of the year goes to...
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't know. I didn't know I was gonna get this. I didn't know I was gay either. It's just as a shock to me as it is to you guys. I didn't know. I think it's time that I came out and I told you guys exactly how I came out. I'm sorry, was that distasteful? God, I gotta work on this. Hey you guys, it's Isaac. And, well, today is a happy-go-lucky video, and it was voted on by you guys again. Last week you guys voted whether or not you wanted my schizophrenia experience or my coming out video. And the schizophrenia experience won first, but you guys still get my coming out video. So here is my coming out video. So we're gonna do my coming out video this week since my schizophrenia experience won last week, if that's still okay with you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome to TikTok. This is a very open and friendly free channel. We are very comical here. We are open, we're funny, we're free, we're outgoing, we're whimsical, we're every word that you can possibly imagine. We're just odd though. We're not normal. So whatever normal is, I don't think that if that's what you're looking for, you really want to be here. Obviously. I'm dressed in rainbow suspenders, a tank top, and ripped shorts. So listen here. No judgments at all. Alright, so if you guys are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn the bell on so you guys know when it's next time for TikTok. Also, don't forget to go over and follow the Facebook page, TikTok too. And you can also go follow my Instagram, It's a Crazy. My Snapchat is RainbowBurst159. All of my social media is linked in the description below. I don't know why I tell you guys that every single time, but it is worth a shot. But we are here for an interesting story, so let's get down to business. Alright. Cereal fire. That was my first tick of the video. What? Alright, you guys hear all the time. And no, I can't see right now because I don't even have contacts in, so I'm just looking in the direction of the camera. You guys hear all the time, the sad coming out videos and the sad things. And there were sad moments in my coming out experience, and the sad part is about a gay person's life is we never stop coming out. It's never an experience that stops happening. But I did want to point out that I took it upon myself because I thought we are going to do this in full festive pride, and I dressed in my entire 2019 Gay Pride Parade outfit, which I will post what it looked like right about here-ish. Here-ish, or here-ish, or here-ish, or just on the whole screen. I don't know. But probably just on the whole screen. It looked better, and I also did my makeup, which I'll post here. And it looked so good, and then we got rained out. But that was the first year that I've been going to Chicago, to that Chicago Pride Parade, that we've gotten rained out. So, knock wood. There's wood behind the drywall, so there's wood somewhere back here. Knock wood, we will not get rained out again. But I did go all the way up to my socks. So, I am in my full minus my shoes. I am in my full outfit from Pride. Anyway, we hear all these sad, sad stories about coming out, and there were sad moments in my coming out story, but let's let's get down to where it all started. Okay, so cereal fire, you're gay. You're gay. Cereal fire. So for me, it 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 started at a very, 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 very young age. I remember, very, very vividly remember watching TV with my parents and thinking, oh my gosh, that guy is. But I couldn't put a name to it. Like, I couldn't go, oh my god, he's so cute. Because I was so young. But I couldn't put a name to it. But I was like, I had these feelings for this guy. But I never had those feelings for a girl. And then I remember my very, very first TV crush. And I can't remember the actor's name, but I remember Third Watch. And he was, maybe he's part of the reason that I'm a paramedic. But that's beside the point. But he was my very first TV crush. And I will always remember having a crush on him because he was so attractive. And it started, evolving into this thing. This thing where I was just, I couldn't figure it out and I couldn't figure it out. And I was raised in the church. My mom was very, very, very religious. And she, of course, did not, she very much, her sister is a lesbian. And, accepts her 100% without a shadow of a doubt. Cereal, fire, fire, explosions, cereal. And so, it's not like it wasn't in our family, so there shouldn't have been that fear. But I think that it's different when it's your child, when it's your kid, versus when it's your sister or your brother or your cousin. It's different because it's not somebody that you have to see all the time. It's not somebody that you're raising. So I get where my mom's coming from. So I grow up a little more. I get to about, I'd say, age 8 or 9. And I remember having my very, very, very first in-person crush on this one kid in school. And it was just whatever, it was third grade, whatever. And it was a crush or whatever. And I told him that I liked him. And I didn't see a problem with that because I didn't know any better. And he went and told the teacher, and the teacher told my mom. Then my mom said, did you tell a boy that you liked him? And I got scared and I said, no, I didn't tell a boy that I liked him. I told him that I liked his car that he brought for show and tell. I didn't tell him that I liked him. I don't know to this day whether or not she believed me, and I never will. But that's what I told her. Cereal, fire, explosions. And so that is what happened in about 3rd grade. So, moving forward a little bit further to about 4th or 5th grade, I started to figure it out. I started to figure out, okay, my aunt has a wife. Okay, I don't have any feelings that I think that girls are cute. I think that girls are cute. I can find appreciation in the fact that girls are cute and attractive. Don't get me wrong. But I don't have any physical or sexual attraction to a female. So I'm sitting here going, but I have all these feelings for a all the guys in my class. Not all the guys in my class, but guys in my class. So I'm confused, and I'm like, okay, well, the Bible says it's wrong. My mom says it's wrong. Because the Bible says it's wrong, what am I gonna do? You know, and I'm starting to come into my own with my own religion, and like trying to figure out, you know, this is the big developing pivotal point in a kid's life, you know. There's so many things are going on, so many different hormones, so many different things. So I'm figuring things out, and I'm figuring things out quickly. And if you ask anybody, cereal, fire, explosions. If you ask anybody in my family, they will tell you that I've always been a very mature child, and I've been through the ringer as far as things go for a child in my childhood. I had a awful childhood. Well, not an awful childhood, but I had a pretty crappy childhood. So I grew up quickly. So figuring out that I was gay at a very early age was just par for the course. So we get into the summer between 5th grade and 6th grade. And I always spent a lot of summers with my aunts. And I'd always end up going to their house most of the summer, actually. But usually during the school year, we'd go every weekend. We'd go Friday night and then we'd come back Sunday night. And we have a very tight-knit family. We always have. Our family's always been very, very tight-knit. And unfortunately, there's not very many of us left. So the very few of us that are left, we are very tight-knit still. But, you know, back then, we were so tight-knit because there were so many of us. And we had this schedule going on. So over the summer, I would go over there so many more times and so much more often. And there were more factors leading into the fact of why I was there so much more often than I was in that summer. But that's beside the fact. So cereal fire. So then there was one night, and we went to, and we still every night, me and my aunt, we go to this dirt track in our town, and we go, and it's stock car racing, and you know, we have a bunch of fun, and you know, it's just a bunch of fun to go watch, and all the carnage, and you know, it's, you know, you take street cars and you beat them up and whatever. And one night we came home from this, and I told my aunt's wife. My aunt's wife was like my best friend. Cereal fire. I told her, I said, I need to talk to you. And that usually always meant to her that I had something really bad that I needed to talk to her about. And so she said, okay, let's go talk. And so we went into my bedroom, which we called my bedroom at the time because, you know, I was the one sleeping in it. It was their spare bedroom or whatever. And we went, and I sat down, and I sat down, and I could not figure, and I called my biological aunt, I call her Babu, and that's because that's another long story, but I call my biological aunt Babu. The entire family calls her that, but whatever. So I sat down and I couldn't get it out. I couldn't say I'm gay. No matter how many times I looked in the mirror and finally admitted it to myself that I was gay, I couldn't admit to her that I was gay. And I don't know why I couldn't admit to a lesbian that I was gay, and that dumbfounds me. But it's a very, very, very hard thing to do, to admit that you're gay, especially to somebody else. So I look at her and I said, I think I might be like you and Babu. Meaning that I think I might be gay. So we have a huge, and I cried, and she cried, and we had this huge 3 or 4 hour discussion until about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And we just cried. And then I finally told her, I said, you can go tell Babu. And I felt awful, and I still to this day feel awful that I didn't tell my biological aunt first, but I think it was just because of the fear. A couple weeks later, fast forward, a couple weeks later, I told my mom. She said, no, it's just a phase. No, 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 no. You're not. It's fine. You're not. It's okay. She went and told my dad. My dad said, no, it's stupid. It's just a phase. Something similar to that. I don't remember. I don't know as if that's exactly what he had said, but that is what it came across as to everybody else. So we fast forward, and basically I've kind of been shoved back into the closet other than to my aunts. My aunts know, and at this point I'm kind of like secretly like dating guys. Like, it's 6th grade. Like, let's get real. It's middle school. What are we doing here? So fast forward a little further down the road to December, and some events had transpired. My mom's passing had happened and everything. And, I'm still gay. It's still a thing. It didn't go away. But, we fast forward another 6 months. My stepmother comes into the picture. And, I tell her, and it's kind of like one of those things where she's like, well, maybe, I'm going into 8th grade at this point, and I am so positively sure. And my dad still isn't like, he's still, no, blah, blah, blah. He's still, cereal, fire. He's still like, on the fence about it, like, nah. So I tell her, and she's kind of like, well, okay, but whatever. And, I'm not saying that she didn't accept it. I'm just saying that she didn't think that I knew 100% at that time. And so during 8th grade, I dated guys, and I did try to date a girl, and I did try it. I tried. I tried, and it didn't work, and she ended up turning out to be a lesbian anyway. So, we weren't good for each other anyway. But, so, finally, we fast forward some more. We move, 9th grade. Here's how I finally came out of the closet to my family. I tell my family, I said, I'm gonna go. I told my stepmom, I said, I'm gonna go out with the friends. Him and I will be back later. Blah blah blah. And she goes, okay, have fun. And I come back. It's about 7 o'clock at night or whatever. And she goes, how's your date? And I looked at her and I said, what date? She goes, the date that you just went on with that guy. And I said, what date? And I said, I didn't go on a date. And she goes, yes, you did. I'm not dumb. She was like, we know that you're gay. It's okay. Your dad still loves you. Blah, blah, blah. And so we had the conversation. We sat down, we had the conversation and everything. And there were a couple tears, and we did cry a little bit. But, all in all, I have to say that through cereal fire. All in all, I do have to say, through the frustration and aggravation of having to come out of the closet so many times to my family, I'm very fortunate to have the reactions that I've had from most of them. And also, I have to say, my friends, how did my friends react was one of the questions. My friends, if they were my friends, they stuck by me and they understood. When I started coming out of the closet in school, they didn't tell anybody. They understood that that was a secret that I needed to keep. My second day of my freshman year in high school, I told, a girl asked me if I was, and I never confirmed or denied it, but then she went and told the entire school. But the unfortunate part about where I lived was I lived in a backwoods podunk town, and nobody accepted it. And I had very, very few friends at that point. But it helped me gain confidence. It helped me gain friendships that I don't think that I could have gained otherwise. So, I would like to thank you for telling everybody and helping me come out of the closet. Though it's not the way that I wanted to, it helped me in the long run. Long story short, high school, it was rough. 9th grade, 10th grade, I got, beat up on, I got spit on, I got all sorts of stuff, but I wasn't going to take it, and I wasn't going to let any other student feel like they couldn't. So I made a voice. My school didn't have a gay-straight alliance. My school didn't have anything close to a gay-straight alliance. So I decided to partner with one of the juniors. I was a sophomore at the time. I decided to partner with one of the juniors, and we wanted to make a gay-straight alliance. Unfortunately, where we lived in North Carolina didn't want to call it the Gay-Straight Alliance. They wanted us to not even have it at all. We had to change the name. We went through 3 or 4 different name changes until we got to the Alliance for Equality. And to this day, and I can proudly say, and I hope that some of you are watching this, to this day, that Alliance for Equality is still running. And I am so super proud of it. And so super proud to see that that school has a support system for those students that do feel alone and feel like they need and can give back to their community and can talk to each other and have a safe place to be. Because when I was there, I didn't have that safe place to be until my last 2 years of school. I was one of the first guys on color guard in marching bands in that high school. I made a statement, and I made it a point to make a statement. Basically what I'm saying is never give up. If you give up, cereal, fire, explosions, you're not going to go anywhere. Never give up, especially for those that come after you. Because for those that come after you, for those that don't have the courage to give themselves the voice, you need to have the courage to give others a voice. And everybody's different, and everybody has a different coming out story. But what I'm saying is if you're struggling right now with coming out, and if you're struggling right now with finding out who you are, just know that it's okay, that we've all gone through it, that we've all done it, and that we're all going to do it. We are all cereal, fire. We're all human. And that's what makes us human, is discovering who we are. And we're always, forever, and always going to be discovering who we are. I'm still discovering who I am. Adults that are 40 years old are discovering who they are still. It doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, where you are in life, you always are going to be discovering who you are. Never be afraid, never give up, and never, ever, ever turn a blind eye to those in need. Alright, you guys, I think that wraps up my coming out story because, well, that's basically it. So I hope that you enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to give it a share. And as always, thank you for being a part of the Cereal Squad. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, you guys.